Sarah. Welcome to our Power of Moving Forward interview.
Hi, Susie. Lovely to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Wonderful. I've known you for a while now, and I have had the opportunity to work with you, Sarah, very closely over the years. And in my book, you are one of the most resilient people I've ever met, believe it or not. So I'm very excited to be speaking with you today.
Oh, that's very sweet and very humbling to hear that from yourself.
Now, before we discuss the two core questions that the Power of Moving Forward campaign seeks to answer, let's talk a little bit about resilience, but from the perspective of collaboration, okay? Because I know one of your favorite saying is the, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So can you share with us a little bit of your thoughts on why collaboration is an important element in building resilience?
Oh, thank you, Susie. What an amazing question. Um, Yes, I am very fond and really passionate about collaboration and partnership and people working together, as I truly do believe that we are all in this together, as we've heard so many times this year. But we truly are. We may have a different part to play, and we may have different experiences, but together it is far more sustainable. I have seen too many leaders over the years think that they have to do everything and they have the responsibility, and they do to a point. However, there is an element of team and mateship and collaboration that you have to come together. And also, it just makes sense in the business and whatever sector you may be in, because collaboration then makes it far more of a multi and sustainable task versus a single vision. When why have single vision when you can have multi-vision, when you can have transdisciplinary teams working on things to be far more resilient in their thinking and their outcomes.
Yeah, I think collaboration is very important, particularly with the resilience, because together we are stronger, right? And
Oh,
together,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can go further. And like you said, through collaboration, different minds, lots of innovation idea, and um, and that's a good thing, especially in this very chaotic time that we live in. We do need innovative idea. Now, this campaign, The Power of Moving Forward, is very interested in finding answers to two core questions, which are, we believe very critical when we think about building resilience. The very first question is how can we remain hopeful in the face of vast challenges? Because sometimes it just looks so gray. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it was an interesting question to ponder on. And thank you again for doing this, Susie. I think it's so important, especially at this time. Um, all different generations are going through so many different things, different people with different circumstances and lenses. But to truly remain hopeful, we go back into the core elements and learnings and understandings of taking back control oneself, because once we have control in ourselves, then we can influence and assist the greater community that we may find ourselves in. So, things like I've been very mindful and very had the honor of looking through many different frameworks in this space for a long time. But ikigai, which is a Japanese way of life, it's a reasoning. And when you think about what your purpose is, and when you find your purpose, but when that may be in your vocation or profession or different circumstances, it all comes together. So to me, when we remain hopeful, we're taking back that control and arm of our mindset. So, what is our mindset? And then we can take control. When we talk to the professionals in these fields, they talk about the circle of influence. They talk about your your ways of controlling things. Okay, this is not going the way I can, but I can influence this, but I can't influence that. If I can't influence it, we can't take it on board, because if we take it on board, then we will sink. We will be swamped by negative energy and negative presence, but we really do need to just think about what we can control, what our mindset is. And once we have that control, we can then project positivity. We can project our purpose. We can understand individually what we can control, what we can influence, how we can affect other people, how we can affect that change, that positive change that is so important, and especially in these times. And really, then we can come together as a group, as a community, as a family, as a wider working group, and really, build that momentum of positive energy and understand where we all can fit within that time. But it is truly core at the core, all about the mindset of individuals, and then how they can, feel about control.
I think your insight really resonates with me because, in essence, it's all about self um, leadership. So,
Yeah.
all the impact.
Self-agency,
Yeah, the
if you
agency.
take
Yeah,
if you feel empowered to take on that agency, even if it's your self-agency,
yeah.
then you can affect others, you can affect your community in a positive way. Um, I like to see things as opportunities constantly. It annoys everybody at one point or another, whoever I'm talking to, but it's my way of dealing with it. It's my way of dealing with the challenge or the barrier that's facing me, because I say, okay, as an innovator, like, you need to think about it a bit differently. And I'm very lucky to think of things a bit differently, and joining dots differently, because you just have to think outside the square. But if you can think outside the square, and those around you in collaboration can think outside the square,
Yeah.
the true magic happens.
Now, next question, and I think you are a perfect person to answer our second question because I've seen such compassion in you with everything you do. So the second question is, how can we stay focused positively without minimizing the struggle of others?
Yes, I think it's about understanding and truly actively listening when you're speaking to others, and really understanding and connecting with them in a genuine and authentic way. I know that these have become buzzwords, in today's society, and it does irritate me. But it is truly, truly about really engaging and connecting, actively listening to others and where they are at. And so some people find it quite tokenistic when we're talking about this, all in this together. But we are all in this together. We just come with different backgrounds and different lenses. And so when you truly connect with somebody, when you're truly actively listening to that person, you can get lost in the curiosity, get lost in the understanding of really connecting with that person and taking the time, to genuinely take the time. And when you show that, I think you show it with integrity. And integrity to me is one of the strongest values that you can have, and the strongest attributes. Because when somebody is then connected with you in a meaningful way, then you can really stay positive. It does bring a blend of collaboration and understanding of others, and an understanding of that curiosity and understanding of that connection point.
I really like the being curious because I'm a curious soul myself. Yeah, and I think you are very right. It is very important to truly listen and truly connect, and especially in today's world, connections seem to be so easily made with social media, with LinkedIn. But that true sense of connection is hard to come by, and something that we have to work on if we were to be able to really understand how other people their struggle and how we
Yeah.
can actually potentially offer help. Yeah, so
And
that's
this
great.
yeah, and
Mm,
it's where you provide that curiosity and that connection, but then you can co-design something, right? How exciting is co-designing rather than singularly designing something? Because when you
yes,
co-design something, you're doing something together, you're doing something collaboratively, and it
yes,
truly then reflects the partnership that and that person or those people that you will have.
yes, and we are truly moving forward together, right? So this,
Yeah,
there's beauty in moving forward together. I love our campaign. Yeah.
yes,
Now,
indeed.
let's switch our gear a little bit, okay? And let's talk a little bit about dinner party, okay?
Okay.
Yep.
I
So
love it.
I want,
Food,
yeah,
your favorite thing.
yes, I enjoy my food. If you have an opportunity to host a dinner party, who who would you invite? And I would like you to think about somebody who is, with a bit of influence. Who would you invite to your dinner party, and what would you be talking about?
Oh my gosh. What a question, Susie. I really oh, there's so many people. And always ask like, can we invite people that maybe not of this lands? We could do a séance or something and bring them back to life. No, okay. So we just got to
Sure,
keep
no,
the
no, you
people.
can,
No?
you can, you
Okay.
can. But only
Oh,
one person. I'm gonna
only
make this
one
hard for you.
person. One person. Oh, that's not a dinner party, that's an intimate dinner.
Exactly, indeed.
Oh gosh. There's so many people I could think of, apart from just inviting yourself, Susie, because we've enjoyed many dinners together. Um, but the person that springs to mind and is somebody who I've admired for a long time, and I think many people have over the years, but it's Nelson Mandela. Because this Nelson Mandela, he was a person of so much integrity and so much power and influence from not even saying too much. However, I would like to talk about his early years, his real, years of being that agitator, of being that sometimes not politically correct agitator. And he really did come from a place where he wasn't always perfect and he wasn't always calm and he wasn't always measured in his responses. And I would really love to know about those days because we know a lot about, his struggles in being imprisoned for so long and then his rise to power. But what we don't know too much about is those early days and how that mindset of his shifted to a place of okay, I've got and I've gone and I've advocated and I've protested and I've tried to change the world in one way, but now I'm going to be take a different approach. And at what point was that? Was that at the point where he was arrested and he was reflecting in jail, or was it earlier? So that's I think what I'd love to find out and love
And
to have a
if
conversation with.
I were also at that party, ding ding, yeah, invitation. Yeah, if I were also at the party, I will want to ask him from resilience perspective because as a change maker, it's all very well to say that I want to make impact, but sometimes things don't always go your way,
Absolutely.
and Africa still face a lot of struggles, and so how did he face that internally and still have the energy to keep going? So that would be my question as well. So yeah, indeed, yeah. I can sense a bit of rebellious soul in you, Sarah.
I think yes, it's definitely there, and I've definitely matured over the years to realize how we can stay resilient and how we can stay motivated for a positive way. And yes, the rebellious nature is definitely there, but I think it's there in all of us. It just comes out in different ways, and then it as we are able then to take back that control, take back that sense of wanting to be a bigger part of something, and ensuring that we do remain resilient. It really is about taking that and finding ourselves and reflecting. And self-reflection, I have to say, is one of the biggest tools that you can undertake to build your resilience.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Sarah, our conversation has come to an end, and it has been a pleasure to be able to pick your brain and learn a little bit from you about resilience and about the power of moving forward. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Susie, for this opportunity, but also for this campaign. I'm very excited for everybody involved.
Thank you, and I look forward to talk to you soon again.
Okay, thanks, Susie. Bye.
Bye.